Alrighty, so sadly enough, I am no longer an official missionary for my church, but I can still make cheesy videos that will hopefully help people in their understanding of the gospel. And one of the things that I'm a total nerd and fangirl over is the cartoon show Gravity Falls. So naturally, I decided to make a video discussing the gospel themes in the show. So for those of you who haven't seen Gravity Falls before, here's a quick summary. Gravity Falls is a small town in Oregon. Twin siblings, Dipper and Mabel Pines, go to live with their great uncle, affectionately nicknamed Grunkle, Stan Pines, for the summer. Grunkle Stan, a notorious swindler, runs a tourist trap shop known as the Mystery Shack, which has all these weird, mostly fake attractions and expensive gift shop. Upon arrival, Dipper and Mabel go exploring in the woods and stumble across this weird journal with a 6-fingered hand on it that says 3 in the middle. The book is full of weird pictures and notes describing the paranormal and strange activity in Gravity Falls, and the author leaves the journal half empty with the ominous warning to trust no one. Dipper, the more intellectual, logical, paranoid of the twins, takes a particular interest in the journal, while the more crafty, social Mabel prefers to chase boys and play with glitter. Dipper makes it his personal goal to figure out who the author of the journal is and what happened to him. Now, I'll try not to give any major spoilers for those who haven't seen the show, but as it goes on, the Pines family goes head-to-head with many of the strange creatures in the journal and many more that aren't. It is discovered that there are 2 other journals, and indeed very odd and dangerous things going on in Gravity Falls, things that may threaten the entire multiverse. It's literally the most awesome show ever, and there are so many different layers to it. For a kid, it's just a funny mystery show with fart jokes, but when you go deeper, there are alternate dimensions, secret cults, characters with unexpected backstories, hidden information in every frame, many valuable lessons, and gospel parallels. The first one I want to talk about is hidden information. In every nook and cranny of the show, especially in the journal, there are secret codes with different ciphers to decode them, 7 to be exact, and they get more elaborate as the show goes on. The codes are hidden in just about any place you can think of, and so are the clues to tell you which cipher to use for the different codes. If you go to all the trouble of decoding them, you learn critical information that helps you figure out the mystery of who the author is and what's actually going on in Gravity Falls. I would like to compare ciphering with reading the scriptures. Now, there's no blatant secret codes written in the Bible, but the general principle of having to look beyond the text is a theme that Jesus talked about all the time, especially when teaching in parables. When Christ taught in parables, or really just taught at all, he would say something that really meant something else, like warning his disciples to beware of the leaven of the Pharisees instead of just outright saying, beware of the crap of the Pharisees. Why did Jesus do that? Because knowledge about God is sacred, and not only is it sacred, but it invokes responsibility. The more you know and understand about God, the more obligated you are to follow what you know. Christ taught in parables so only some people would get it, thus leaving the ones who didn't understand under less condemnation. Teaching in parables was a way for Christ to code, if you will. Jesus taught in ciphers, and it's us to try to decode what he actually meant. Only to do that we need the Spirit, not ciphers, unfortunately. The second one I want to talk about goes more into our specific doctrine. One of the things we believe is that Satan does not have a physical body. He is only a spirit, and he's pretty salty about it. After all, those with a physical body are more capable of doing things than someone who doesn't have a body. Satan is jealous of us having physical bodies, and he spends a lot of time trying to get us to hurt our bodies or treat them like we're not supposed to. There are even many accounts of Satan or his demons possessing people so they can have control of a body. Satan has thousands of years of experience messing with us, and he is a master liar, manipulator, and fearmonger. He's prideful and wants power and control, and he'll do anything to get it. And since he's had so much experience, he knows the best way to manipulate us, and he can sound really convincing. And this sounds very similar to a character in Gravity Falls known as Bill Cipher. Bill Cipher is a demon who, shocker, does not have a body. And since he doesn't have a body, he controls people by getting into their head. One of his main goals throughout the show is to manipulate the characters into helping him gain his own physical body so he can promptly invade their world, causing mass chaos and becoming ruler. For anyone who has seen the show, adjectives like fearmonger, prideful, controlling, liar, manipulative describe Cipher perfectly. And yes, he is able to swindle the show's most intelligent characters by his sneaky means, just like Satan does. This parallel serves as a nice reminder to remember that Satan's promises aren't what all they cracked up to be. He ultimately leaves us hanging for his own selfish desires. The chaos that Cipher causes in the show almost destroys the multiverse, but, and this is my final point, there is something more powerful than any lie or manipulation that stops Cipher, and that is the power of family. The church believes very strongly in the family unit. We believe families are instituted and organized by God. They are sacred and to be cherished. And in Gravity Falls, it's ultimately the Pines family binding together that is able to stop Cypher. And that's a lot harder said than done. The different members of the Pines family are super different from each other. They fight a lot and go through a ton of struggles, but in the end, they're able to get over themselves and unite together to stop Cypher, which by the way, is the only way that Cypher could have been stopped if you get into all the codes and everything. So that's my soapbox on how Gravity Falls teaches us gospel principles. Now, obviously, people can interpret the show however they want. I personally love searching for gospel themes in unconventional places. Members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints believe in truth wherever it is found. So I hope you all appreciate the truth I found in my favorite cartoon. If you are a Gravity Falls fan and picked up on any other gospel themes that I missed, comment below and share your knowledge, and share this video with all your other nerd friends. But most importantly, remember, reality is an illusion, the universe is a hologram. Bye, gold, bye!